Khadijah, Lenny Carvel, him, her, him, bodies.
This shit is really looking like it's the end of phase. I can't even lie to y'all boys. With all members from Silky, Lacey, Your Rage, Stable Ronaldo, and even Adapt spent 14 years in this shit to just say, yeah, I'm out of here too. It's really looking like that chapter phase is put behind them. And the first domino effect with this whole situation like being more exposed as is from after Max leaving this whole shit, and like people started to like point fingers on Twitter because they're like, damn, why is everyone in phase just all of a sudden leaving? Everything seemed cool like just a couple weeks ago and everything, and everyone's content was going some type of way, but people like Marlon and other people closer to the streamers were like, yo, chill, like just give it some time, like shit gonna come to the light.
It's nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, the guys, whatever that is. I'm gonna say right now, we just cannot speak about going on with them. I cannot say anything. That's why I'm just trying to be very careful with how I word things. I'm be honest. That's why I said they will come out and whenever they feel ready to talk whatever is going on, you know what I'm saying?
And it did on Christmas Day, like everybody in phase just fucking leaving and shit, and it's just like everyone scratching their heads like, what the fuck? And the phase account unfollowing said people, and I think Your Rage was like one of the last people to leave. It was mainly started off with Platboy Max's cousin talking about how like, oh, they do funny money, they're like weirdos with certain things and behaviors, and like it's just like they're not cutting them fair deals.
Funny money, they do funny money, and now they're just doing funny money towards everyone. But I don't want to talk about business, but they did some weird chat. They done some weird, because he's still part of something. I'm not going to talk about everything, but all I'm going to say is, let me make it simple for you. I don't want END Phase to feel crazy that they're still in phase, like where it's like forcing them to leave. That's why I didn't even say nothing to begin with, because I don't.
You rebranded phase for the second time and put these people as the face of your whole thing, and you're not going to pay them out properly. You're going to use their likeness for deals and shit too. Banks, you're dead flaw. And one thing I did hate, like doing my research for this video, like this nigga Banks has not addressed nothing important. He's never said, oh, why these people are like leaving phase. He's just attacking Max, and like holding him as like the whole standpoint. And like really and truly, if you'd even say anything about the whole like Max's behavior, ego, or like just basically pillow talking, because there's certain shit we don't need to know. Like we don't need to know like all y'all text messages and like how much shit was PG behind the scenes.
Max, these are your boys, but these are the same guys that said they hated your guts after you left. And you know, you're the program, you have an ego this size, you think you're Travis Scott and this and that. And also like Max, multiple conversations about how Ron's content's cringe and you guys didn't adapt. None of you guys Lacey or Jason in the beginning. You guys didn't want these guys to live anywhere near you.
People started speculating your name in the jump. You could have just said, yeah, I left phase 5 months ago. That really got nothing to do with me. Which like, you're the biggest mouth person there out of the whole shit, and you incriminated yourself even more. Like you dug yourself in many holes in the past where people cannot trust your word, because every time you in some crypto scam shit, you're always into something for some reason, or like always involving yourself into like some fuck shit. Like Bruce said, you was around Charlie D'Amelio when she was 17. Like
I knew it. That's how you got Charlie D'Amelio. You was able to manipulate her because she was young, and you were 20 plus years older than her. You manipulated her. You're a groomer, weirdo. She was 17, Ricky.
You're using people for like their likeness, or like whoever's the fastest cash grab for you, because you were just on stage like for anything that's like with the new gen of phase, talking about how much you love these people, how much like you push them to the forefront and everything, and like you just basically saying what they got from this opportunity these niggas need to be grateful for. They were fake as fuck to each other. They didn't appreciate this shit, this, that, and third. It's like he didn't stay nothing relevant to the topic the whole time. Like it was a whole 20-minute rant with the information that came out the other day, yesterday, and like him and Max going back and forth on Twitter, even today still, or like late last night, talking about this whole shit. Banks has not like addressed the Spotify
Partner of Spotify, right? He did not have that sponsorship at first. FaZe did. And this is how it happened. They redid Max's house, right? Redid his, and they're like, yo, can we put up the Spotify this video? It's sponsored. Max is like, yeah, whatever, that's cool. after the video, I'm like, yo, take it down. You're not getting paid. These start saying, nah, that party, bro, like that just look good and make it official, bro. To Spotify, da da da. This look official. I'm looking at this, and this is where I'm like, how does Max have ego? Because it's like, yeah, this is a little hard. This is official. How does I'm like, gang, you're Playboy Max. You can get that yourself, and if you want to split it, that's cool. What the? So this is where we end up taking it down. Little dude. We know they're selling his identity without letting him know. And so Max ends up leaving FaZe. We only knew this because he left FaZe. He got the deal on Spotify. They dropped FaZe and gave it to Max. Guess how much this was for? 400 bands for 5 months. About to run off a half to take it off.
He only addressed him saying the N-word, and like his reasoning behind it was like, oh, this is not a racist connotation.
As it goes for this word that I said, first of all, I didn't say this targeted toward you. This wasn't said in any sort of racist connotation. I said this word in an emotional response. I said, fuck all y'all blanks. And it's a fucking mistake, and I'm fucking retarded. I'm a 34-year-old man-child, and
you know you're not supposed to say that shit. This is not the first time you've done this shit. It's just like your scummy behavior, actions, and what you do as a person. Like this is not the first time or second time I've talked about Banks on my channel, and like I've only been doing YouTube for like 2 years. This is bad, bro. Like you're constantly in like everyone's name face for either the fucked up shit you said, the fucked up shit you did.
Talking about some who the a Playboy Max. I'll make another Playboy Max right now. Discrediting what these have done. Being racist and disrespectful to girlfriends, bro. Like, yo, like, what talking about, bro? This make no sense to me. I hate to see a cap. What are we capping about? What are we doing right now? Using them for crypto scams. What are we talking about?
Trying to like scam or make people like sell themselves out and then say, oh, nah, the communities never fucked with each other. The people in FaZe never messed with each other. They all had secret animosity towards each other.
These streamers, all of them, every last one of them, are forced to appeal to their comms and their chats and narratives on Twitter. And if they don't, they lose viewers. If they don't, they take a hit financially to their career. And this has a huge effect on who their friends are, who they're in relationships with, all of it. Everything.
And like you could see in other clips or non-streamer related shit, them niggas were cool with each other, and like everyone said, that doesn't speak from my personal experience, and like what you can see is not true. Like we did, like them boys always mess with each other, and other people from outside of FaZe said, nah, that shit seemed genuine as fuck. It's just that people literally like I'm not going to like believe the clips now, because most times, unless like I watch them through while I'm editing, and like it was like there was clips saying like, oh nah, it was clips like Adapt warning Rage not to join it, and then Silky talking about how he's frustrated with the shit that's going on in FaZe. Like I dead don't know if them clips is like that relevant, or they is just pulling some shit that's taken out of context because the nigga was frustrated with some shit. But like I just kind of always found FaZe weird sometimes, because like the massive sweep through where like Banks like removed everybody without like telling these niggas, they just found out by tweet. And it's not the first or second time they've done that shit. And as a company, that's hella fucked up to do to people, and just like act like this shit is okay, and then you're mad that you had to step away from FaZe because of what you keep doing to like the nameplate of your fucking brand. And then
we get on a call 5 months ago and the guys are like, listen, we're over the drama. We think it's best if you just like publicly step down from FaZe just to cool down the drama online. I reacted very emotionally to this. I was obviously took it very personally and was offended because, again,
say now the amount of money I've invested into these boys, they're ungrateful as shit and everything like that. Sometimes some people just grow out of certain shit, and that was Max's time to leave. And there's actual shit behind the scenes where he was like, I mean, I could say this, but he was like putting on the, oh no, you know I'm going through this, that, and the third, bro. Don't say shit, bro. Like, it's really gonna hurt my chest and soul. You're using the people around you not to expose how you act just because you're going through it. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, add more fuel to that fucking fire, because you're not getting away with that shit, bro. Like I would have took it on the chin too, like if I was in the org and person who's not allowed to say the N-word says that shit, bro, certain times, bro, because you just gotta laugh, bro, and literally just keep it pushing. And like he said, bro, he has plans for 2026. I support and I fuck with that shit, bro. And with Bruce talking about it, like laughing at Max is like basically the restricted freedom. I understand that. That's why I said I'm staying solo dolo too, cause like I ain't gonna lie, I don't want someone like restricting me like that. And like I think another person was saying, which is true, like if niggas is like the top of the industry offer you like a handout, bro, read the fucking fine print, because your name, your likeness, or whatever the fuck will be being used without you knowing, or there's some sketchy shit. Because even like back in the day, which was like my biggest time, maybe to say a little bit more to myself, or like if I'm going to build an org, bro, do that shit with my homeboys, was the Tfue situation. Because that contract, bro, I would think I was in middle school when that shit first happened, and I'm still like always reminded of that shit. Cause it's like, nah, bro, I don't trust you niggas, bro. And like, I mean, yeah, if I get the right lawyer, they can read through my contract and let me know. But it's like, why? Like, you can't keep it genuine, you can't keep it pure no more. Like, you really just have the love for these boys to just stream. Because in my opinion, like, I wouldn't have been mad as Bing. I would have been happy that I'm in debt, because I put the next generation onto streaming and these new faces and people who have done shit in such a different way, where like it's a new way of.
I used my entire network, every dollar that I've ever made, everything that I've ever had, this brand that I built, I used all of it as leverage to start these guys as a content group and to kick off with the sole goal and intent to bring FaZe back to the top, which we did. We did that all collectively. And
creativity is a new, like, literally, I do fuck with Max's wave where like he has rappers like in the booth and everything like that, and still him trying to introduce those rappers to his element and sound of underground music, or his type of like music style. That is some creatively different shit, and I'm proud of him for that shit. Another person heavily connected to like the FaZe organization / like your Rage was TK, which is one of Rage's homeboys, was like explaining how like Rage was like mad with the dealings that he has done with like Banks and them boys, because he had to fly back out to LA from Florida to talk about one of the deals, because they're playing with his money. And like Rage's priorities was like taking care of the puppies that he has at the crib and everything. It's just really weird how Banks is moving, because like I haven't believed a single word out of his mouth, and like it is really hard to like believe him, because even though he does show proof of like text messages between him and Max, like that don't really mean nothing at the end of the day. You still said the N word, and I'm finna keep it P on private and public sides. You had people of values like corporate side saying, oh yeah, this gonna be the worst decision you ever made, you finna want a KMS.
But I gotta go after what I believe is right and what I want for myself. Even though it's corporate, it's not my boys. You know what I'm saying? And they had to catch some of that too. When I left, I got told that was there. I'm not talking about the boys who work for. I got told it'd be the worst decision of my life. I got told I would KMS without being in it. I thank God that
I'm sorry, bro. Like, I thought this was like left that content. Why are you trying to like antagonize my mental demeanor? And then like Banks is blowing up his phone saying like, oh bro, like please bro, don't like tell niggas you left FaZe because I said the N-word. And it's been multiple times you've been called out for doing this shit. Like, change, bro. Like, you're so much of a brand risk. They told you step away. And then, like, it's to the point where, like, they had to step away from the brand themselves. Because really and truly, that's fuck where, like, he left FaZe and got the deal because you were using his face for the Spotify app. I'm shocked. I can't even lie, I'm not even shocked, to be honest. Like I said, with the Tfue contract and with his cousin saying like, oh yeah, he had to pay the $20,000 or like take like a percentages of his cuts. Like, it was just too much shit. I'm hearing. I'm like, these contracts are fucked. And like with everyone's like leaving tweet, they said, oh, they're streaming at a certain time. If it's really about exposing Banks or talking about certain behaviors, this shit might be the downfall of FaZe. But it has nothing to do with Banks, because like he said, literally he stepped away from this shit. But it's like, the real next question is, who is going to be the third generation or fourth of FaZe? Because I ain't gonna lie, and they're technically always in some controversy, or like it was like 3 times this year, like the past members beefing, Max leaving, but like it was just too much shit going on. It's still shit going on, and it's going to be like more stuff coming out in the next couple of days, because like I really want to know if Banks says something, but besides like pinning or like making people feel some type of way, because you haven't had no accountability. And like Stable Ronaldo's like in tweets about that shit. That's bad, bro. Like, you're supposed to be, even ex-leaders could set a better example than you, bro. You're not doing shit properly, and that's kind of sad and disappointing, bro. Like, I wouldn't say I expected a lot out you, but like to keep bashing, like it's straight memes on Twitter saying like, oh, POV, the 38-year-old and his ops is a 20-year-old. Like Max is like 22 or some shit like that, and you just on his head calling the niggas in FaZe egotistical and like fake as fuck towards each other. Even after he left, they were okay, and he kept his shit hushed, nigga. His cousin even kept his mouth shut because he didn't want niggas to feel pressured for leaving FaZe just because he left that shit. I ain't gonna lie, like that's why I would bite my tongue too. Like he really was generous enough to think about everyone else, and like said he didn't want them to like feel pressured or feel trapped anymore because he wants some shit for himself. I want this Amani shit to blow up for myself. I really do. That's why like I'll take advice from people, but I don't think I'm gonna sit under an org or nothing like that. I'm gonna build that shit with me and my friends and just get it the most truest way as I can, to be honest. But that's pretty much the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. ALA game for L.
Leon get the bitches, but if you know that's cap.